Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. Another good golfer for us to have a look at today. Fiona is certainly well established, a very good player, and someone who still has a lot of potential that she could continue to drop that handicap. So, a couple of ways that we're going to look at going about this. Fiona at the moment has got a 7-iron in her hands. Now, those of you who've seen the kind of various videos that we've put out on YouTube recently will know I've spoken a little bit about early extension. I just want to kind of show a little bit of what's going on in Fiona's swing and how it could be resulting in some kind of missed impact. So she's talking about hitting some particularly thins, and how it could also be resulting in a loss of power for her. So we've got a 7-iron in hand at the moment. For me, I'd like to see Fiona with a little bit more hinge at her hips. So basically just trying to create more angle here. You can see the spine angle at the moment is 52 degrees, obviously with 90 degrees being perpendicular to the ground. And you can see our hands and arms are kind of reaching out to the golf ball a little bit. So the kind of arm angle is 78 degrees there. Now, there's more than one way to do it, absolutely. Personally, I think for Fiona's builds, I'd like to see the hands and arms hanging down a little bit more vertically, and that potentially being achieved by getting more spine angle. The reason for this, well, when Fiona takes the club back, you'll see a couple of things. She initiates the backswing with a little bit of a sway off the golf ball, but it's nothing significant. So you can see it's just that slight movement away. But as she does that, you'll see there's quite a change in posture quite quickly. So it results in the club ending up travelling slightly behind her, which of itself is not a huge issue, but definitely a change in spine angle. So she kind of drops down towards the golf ball. Now, my contention would be if we're going to drop down there, why not start off on that spine angle? It's an extra move that potentially is something that we've then got to try and almost fight against as we come back into the golf ball. She does a great job of getting the hips turned in behind the line, which, when you've watched for the early extension in the past, that's something that people do struggle with. She's done a great job there. But for me, because the golf ball's a little bit far away from her, as she works towards the golf ball, we start to see the pelvis move this direction towards the golf ball, and her weight distribution move again towards the golf ball. Now, the fact that she sets up with the ball at the toe almost necessitates that. The lowered height possibly means that the club's going to get stuck behind her a little bit, so she does a tremendous job, something a lot of us struggle with, of shallowing the club out as we come down to the golf ball, as we change direction. So for an awful lot of us, the club makes that dreaded movement over the top. Fiona's got a fantastic transition, shallows the club out really, really well, but partly because of that set-up position, and I think partly because of a kind of desire to control things, the lower body stops a little early, so it moves in towards the golf ball and we stop turning. So the hips have moved this direction just a little bit early in terms of stopping the lower body, and it means that we're then just trying to fight a little bit to get impact position with the hands and arms. The solution for me, as I said, change that setup position, but also those of you that saw the YouTube video last night, the drill with the alignment stick across the toe and in behind the heel, you see I've drawn it in this one as well, just would give it a bit of focus as to where the hips are wanting to travel. So tweaked posture and starting to just pay attention to where the hips want to go, because you can see they want to act in this direction. Now, interestingly, if you were to compare that to potentially a tour player, one of the best swings I've seen is this young lady. So you can see posturally that a little bit different. So spine angle is 44 degrees, and the hands and arms are hanging down at 89 degrees, so almost perpendicular to the ground. As I say, it's not a case of there being a right way and a wrong way. There's different ways to do it, but I think when you've watched this motion here on the right, it's just a little bit simpler. So, like Fiona, a nice turn to the top, but because there's no drop of the body height until the transition in the downswing, she's able to then continue turning the lower body. If you watch the direction the hips turn, it's very much along this line here, and therefore the hands and arms are having to do less work through impact. Just give it a more consistent impact position. So, we all know people who swing the club round about the houses and manage to get a good impact, and Fiona's by certainly by no means in that category. but she's just looking for a little bit more simplicity, a little bit more solid contact. And for me, if we can build upon that, then that makes life easier for her. If you would like to avail yourself of this service, then please feel free to send a video over. If you've enjoyed listening to it, indeed, if you've got any questions about it at all, again, feel free to send them over. Please subscribe to the channel, give us a wee thumbs up below, and I look forward to hearing from you all soon.